motion is present. When I go to heart motion, I see heart motion is present. So that's the first thing I do. The second thing I do is I take a sagittal section of the baby, and you can see that there's quite significant subcutaneous edema all along here, and there's also edema along the abdomen, and there's edema extending around the baby's back. So the next is, in the situation where I see subcutaneous edema, I just want to do a transverse sweep. So I'm going to go next to the transverse sweep. And if the baby's in a good position to examine the heart, then I go straight to the heart. So as you look at this section, and this image here, the next control I'm going to change is speckle reduction imaging, SRI. So I'm going to increase my SRI up to 5. I'm going to slightly increase my gain. And then my compound imaging, I'm also going to see if that makes any difference. I've got a compound imaging setting at 3, up, compound, too much. Okay, so I've got a compound image setting of 4 and an SRI setting of 5. As I do now, as I look at this baby's head, I can appreciate really a quite significant subcutaneous edema along the anterior, temporal, and posterior aspect of the baby's head. When we look at this, I also see that the fourth ventricle is dilated, so there's 2 babies in a row with dilated fourth ventricle. As I come across to looking at the sections on the head, I come across and divide into 4 sections, magnify the image. I start off, just ask them to stop reading for a second. Stop reading. So I'm just going to do the 4 sections of examining the baby's brain, and then come down to the 4th section. When I come down to the 4th section, you can see that this is a very dilated fourth ventricle. So this is the 4th. And this is the tiny apparatus. This is the position. The apparatus gets smaller after the 14th. So I say that image 5, the first thing. If the baby's heart is in a good position, then I'm going to go straight to examining the heart. It's not in a great position, so I'm going to try and turn the baby and try and get around the corner. So the next I'm going to go to a target reset. And then I'm going to do next thing HG2. And the next I'm going to do is to clear my screen, get all the text off it. And as I do so, the first thing when I'm looking at the 4th chamber of the heart is I do a split image and I demonstrate the stomach on this side here. So this is the stomach here. And then I update my image to bring the heart into view. And it's important for me to confirm that the heart is on the same side as the stomach, and the stomach's on the left side. So the first thing I do with every part of the examination is side axis way to rhythmic cycles. So that's what I start with. And I save that image to 5. So the next, I want to look at the 4th chamber view of heart, because I'm not getting a very good view of it. I'm trying to improve my image. And I'm not seeing a good view of the right baby valves. So in my cardiac reset, my next is to slightly increase my dynamic range. Please turn this toward me. So, as I'm looking at it, the next thing I want to look at is the descending aorta. This is the left atrium, left ventricle, right ventricle, right atrium. As I'm looking at this page, it's got a VSC. So if I look here, I see that this is edge enhancement and there's dropout. So I see there's a ventricular septal defect. The next I want to know is when I'm looking at the valves, I want to know if there's a separate AV valve on the right and a separate AV valve on the left. So if I can see the movement of the septal leaflet of the tricuspid valve, it's moving normally. And I can see the mitral valve leaflet is separate, because you need to consider the possibility of an AV canal defect in this baby. You've got a big increase in fluid. But that sets the movement of the septal leaflet on that side to me looks okay, but there was a VSC present. The size of the left and right ventricles looks normal. The right atria looks slightly larger than the left atria, which is free of brain. So this is the right atrium here, and which just looks slightly larger here when compared to the left. So, I'm going to do the exact same what I did before, is I'm going to start off with colour. And now I'm going to fill in both cardiac ventricles. I set my PRF to 25 or 30 centimeters a second, and I see the fill in the left cardiac ventricle is slightly less when compared to the right. I'm going to split my image and ask the mother to stop breathing. Stop breathing. So I can see there's fill from the right atrium into the right ventricle, but I'm not seeing much fill from the left atrium into the left ventricle. But there is flow into the left ventricle through the DSC. So I need to check and make sure there's not microarteria at this stage. But I can see that there are two separate ventricular cavities. The next one is the outflow tract. So next move with colour. And on colour I need to increase my gain, my colour. Across, I can see one vessel leaving the heart. So that's on colour. So that's with colour, and then next I save that to 5 as a single, and then next I move to doing the same exercise, but this time using with power. So I'm just going to try and get it, see if I can improve my position. The other thing is consider the basic position, and always consider doing a vaginal scan, but this baby is a phallic presentation, so that's not going to work. Okay, and the other thing is the bladder is very full, you could get it to empty her bladder. Is the other patient? I'm going to try one more time looking with colour and the 4-chamber. And look at the 4-chamber, the outward tracks one more time. But the position of the baby is difficult because it's right under the umbilicus. The heart is sitting under the umbilicus. So if that's the case, it's not going to be anything umbilicus. So I'm going to get it to empty her bladder and come back. We're going to move to scanning together. The last patient, we're going to move to transvaginal scan. But before that, I just want one go looking with power doctor. So coming back to the 4-chamber, you can see again, see the DSC. I'm going to select power doctor now. And my PRF, I'm going to set up to 25 centimeters per second. I'm going to toggle zoom and increase my magnification. And now I'll see if I can see the arteries coming out of the ventricle. It's very active. Right under the umbilicus. Okay, we haven't done an awful lot.